Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rachahakwadash. Double honors to my other apostles, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect, the Becharium of the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation, Yasha'Allah. Now, this is a interview that Kanye had with Nori on his show Drink Champs, and what he says, like 4 minutes into the video, right away he speaks on the Hebrew Israelites, and the Lord is using Kanye to push that out, that vibration of the Hebrew Israelites. And there's going to be a lot of newcomers that's going to come across various camps. All right, but if you want to get this 100% truth, you go through the elder apostles of GMS, all right, who the Lord has set up to be the leaders right now. Okay, and under them, all the elders and all the brothers, the prophets that's preaching his word, that's on the highways and byways that you see preaching, that prophesying. But the Lord is using Kanye, all right, as like a catapult to get even more believers to come in, all right? You got to look at this from a spiritual standpoint. This is very big, all right? And what he says about the Amalekites, how they own everything. They want to say that Kanye is anti-Semitic. First of all, we are Shem, all right? We go through the line of Shem. Are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? You go through the line of Shem, all the way down to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob had 12 sons, which are the patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel today. Okay? We are God's chosen people, the Hebrew Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So we're going to look like other nations as well. But, they want to put this label on him that he's anti-Sem. And one newscaster said that he was worse than Hitler. I was like, wow. All because he's speaking the truth. He didn't say anything that he hates, the so-called, I gotta be careful with my words now, that he hates the Zionists. He didn't say he hates them. He just said that they own everything, which is the truth. They do own everything. All these different corporations, they own it all. So I'm gonna play this, okay?
You saying that you want to be like Ralph, or you want to be up there with that caliber, and now it's like you are Ralph, you are that caliber. And then I guess what I'm trying to say is, so that's where we get confused with
Did Sway have the answers?
No, I think you already admitted Sway had the answers. Yeah. But I guess that's where we get confused with the Adidas part of it, is because that's how you became a billionaire, right? Through the Yeezy. So what was the discrepancy with Adidas?
I just didn't have the relationships with the factories at that time, and I was managing a lot of ideas. Like I was a new dad. I was newly married. I had a bunch of team, like a big team of designers with me, and we hadn't established who we were. We were still fighting to get our respect in fashion. So there's a lot of fights at the same time. So we had to go and basically intern almost up under these companies.
Because you interned for Louis Vuitton at one time, right?
Okay. Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and we interned in a way at Adidas. Like the licensing deal is my intern to become, more in that Bernard Arnault, Bezos, Elon territory, and just understanding how to, how money works. Like this is first generation, like we can say, look at Jay with the Duce. This is first generation of wealth.
And learn those infrastructures, right?
Yeah, the infrastructure is how to do a factory. Even right now, like when I left Gap, I moved. We made this T-shirt, like all the tremendous stuff we're doing right now, which is a flip on Supreme, where the guy that used to work for me, Tremaine, is now at Supreme, and we can go further into that a little bit later. But for the main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like, Jewish people have owned the black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt or it's all of us being signed to a record label.
Right, and that's true because they own everything. They own these different record labels. They own these different corporations. They own the money system. All right, that who controls the money controls the whole world. All right, they own the educational system. Okay, this man is pushing his philosophy upon the world, and it's part of the blessing. It goes back to Jacob and Esau. All right, actually, let's get it in Genesis. Bear me for 1 second. This is Genesis, the 27th chapter, verse 38. It says, And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Now, who is Esau? All right. There's even a book by William Beeston in around the 1800s, I believe 1857, but it says the title of his book is The Roman Empire, Empire of the Edomites. Who were the Romans? We know that they're called white people today. All right, the Edomites are you so-called white people. Okay, that's who you really go back to. And the Jewish, you're Edomites as well. If anything, that was Esau's grandson. All right, Amalek. You're the same nation. Okay, and you're the ones. You're like the head of the Edomites, and you control everything. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, they all go back to Amalek. Okay, and they have set up and established different corporations to keep them in power. Okay, spread their philosophy throughout the world, change history. Okay, just spread out lies to keep themselves hidden, to keep our heritage hidden. But now we're at the end. Now, let me get this actually. Habakkuk 2 verse 14, For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. And this knowledge is being poured out. We know who we are. You have Israelites waking up. Okay? And, only the elect is going to get delivered on this side. But you have Israelites waking up. Okay? This truth is being established. Brothers doing videos day in, day out. You see them all over the U.S., brother in Australia, a brother in the Netherlands. Okay, so the Lord's people are being made known unto the earth once again. But let's continue in Genesis. It says, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and he wept because, if you read up, Jacob took the blessing. He supplanted, his father, and he got the blessing, which it was predestinated anyways, because Jacob is the son. He was the son of God. All right, the blessing was made to go to him anyways. But this is the Lord's movie, and he likes drama. Okay. And it says, And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So he will have take control of all these lands, establish his corporations, all right, control the media, so they can push their propaganda out, control the narrative of what's going on in the world. All right, they own all these different, record labels. Jake want to be a rapper. Everybody want to be a rapper now, but Jake want to be a rapper. You got to sign papers with an Amalekite, okay? A Jewish, and that's one of the reasons why they even took out Michael Jackson, because he was trying to take control over or buy Sony, all right? And they weren't having it, because they want the control and the power, all right? And they tell you Israelites what to push out. you know, to sing and rap about death, adultery, wickedness. Because again, they know who we are. And they know that if we're at odds with our power, we'll be cursed. But if we do good and we come back unto him, all right, that he will bless us. But we know that only the elect is going to make it. Yahweh Shai is going to deliver them. All right, 2/3 of our people, even the ones that know that the Israelites will die on this side. But nevertheless, though, this devil knows who we are. Okay? It says, and by thy sword shalt thou live. And Esau has ruled by his sword, starting with the Greeks. All right? King Alexander, going back to 335 BC, when the Greek Empire was conquering, and then they were established by 330 BC. All right, then all the way to the Roman Empire. Okay, and then all the way to the Renaissance period when they came back again. You see, they have been lit. They ruled by the sword, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's what happened, because there was a time that we were ruling. All right, now Esau is ruling. So let's continue.
Or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. And we understand it's like I respect what the Jewish people have done and how they brought their people together. You know, they came into money through the lawyers when after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people.
Right.
So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you got
This happens when anybody start talking deep.
Okay. Yeah, with the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also. We from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ.
But we're not from Africa. No, we're from Israel. All right. And Jewish-ish is a suffix meaning pertaining to be alike. All right. But you know, Kanye, you know, was right the most part. We are God's chosen people. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. And again, Israelites are gonna look at this and look at this already. 54,000 views. I don't even know how much views the original one got. Maybe millions. So every Negro, Latino, and Native American, all right, and Speckled Bird have seen this interview, okay, or just majority, a lot of people, all right, we'll put it like that, a lot of people, okay. So they're gonna be, you know, inquire like the Hebrew Israelites, you know, what is he talking about, and look it up. They're gonna see various accounts, but the ones who had the full truth are the elder apostles, a great millstone, okay, and you go to them. Okay, and the elders under them, and all the prophets under, you know, GMS, and that's teaching the like, you know, the like doctrine. All right, you see, that's teaching us 100% truth. Okay, this is Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish; corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right. And this truth is being declared, starting with the elder apostles and all the elders and prophets under them. That's teaching us like the same like doctrine. Okay. And there was a period where, you know, the apostles weren't getting any fruit. All right. They always bring it up. You know, they were going decades. All right. No fruit, just teaching out in New York City. Okay. Until 2007, bam, YouTube came on. What happened? Brothers, you know, got inspired. All right. And then that spirit, something activated in them. All right. The Holy Spirit came down upon them and they believed on these words. Okay. And now they're teaching. You see? You know, from 2007, man, that's when, you know, when the internet, when the YouTube came about. All right. And that's in the scriptures as well. I believe Psalms, the 19th chapter. Bear me for 1 second. Let me get it. All right, Psalms 19, verse. Is it 19? Oh, yeah, it's 19. Yeah. Verse 1. It says, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night to night sheweth knowledge. That's his internet. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. All right, you can watch videos and you can, play it in your language or put on subtitles. Their line has gone out through all the earth. That's the satellites. Okay. Me doing this video right now, once I upload it, a brother will watch it in, say, Australia. So it'll be shot up to satellites and it'll be projected back down to these different devices that people watch it on. It says, in their words, to the end of the world, and in them hath he set up a tabernacle for the sun. Okay. It says, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. You see? So, this truth is being pushed out through the internet. All right, you see brothers on the highways and byways, people walk by, all right, might record them, which, hey, thank you. You're actually helping us out. You might be scoffing, but you're actually helping out, pushing out this truth. You put it on your different social media platforms, all right? Because that's how brothers are being woken up. They're, either passing by the camp physically or on the internet, on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, all right? So all this is being done to push out the truth, you all right? What Kanye's doing, all this is just helping furthering the truth even more. All right, let's continue.
So we're not just black. We are Jew, just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money. But the main thing is...
Right, and again, like giving credit to Elder Malcolm, a GMS Chicago, he always says that the classification of black and white didn't come till, I believe, the 1800s to 1861 or 1862. Around that time period, that's when they classified us as black and white. As white people as white, and Israelites as black people, or the Negroes particularly, okay? Because we're not black, that's a color. The Lord deals with nations.
I got to drink the Douce over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together. But we couldn't even talk about... I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets...
We talking about building up the properties and stuff like that.
Yeah, these secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets, because it's only the truth that's going to set us free. And what they do is, the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die, and then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job, right? But Cameron Azoff got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azoff is connected. And we have to make our own connections. That's what I saw. What I loved about it, I love Dove just as a human being.
And this is the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEF CON or nothing on it, right? I'm like, put it out. And he's telling me, like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. I'm like, yo, I put my life on this. At this point, because they've been fucking with me too long. They put the crazy narrative out there. My Jewish trainer, Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's trainer, put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press. I got a bunch of friends that went to the hospital. It didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the 3rd episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him.
And that's what they do, man. All right, that's what they're doing, all right? And they're gonna put that narrative out, even on brothers, man. Because right now Kanye is being persecuted. They're stripping away, his like from Adidas, they're stripping him away from his different companies that he invested in. Okay, put the narrative that he's crazy. Again, one person said on the newscast that he's worse than Hitler, and they're gonna do the same thing unto us. All right, they're gonna persecute us, and then soon they're gonna physically come at us. Okay, so hey, Lord willing, this video has been edifying. All right, hey, just keep faith, keep praying, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemashai, He controls it all. They're gonna come at us, but guess what? The Lord's gonna lift up that standard. All right, let me get that actually. There's nothing to fear, man. Okay, that spiritual power is coming. That divine intervention is coming, man. All right. So there's nothing to fear at all. If you truly believe in Yahweh Bashem Ashai and you have faith, all right, and the Lord's with you. Okay. Let me see. I believe it's the next chapter. Bear with me for 1 second. Let me look it up real quick. Okay. Isaiah, the 59th chapter. All right. I was in the chapter before that. Okay. Isaiah 59. Why is it not? Salakia. Okay, here we go. Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, which is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Yahushai, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And if you go into that word standard, I forgot the Hebrew word, but it basically means like an escape. So the Lord's going to provide that divine intervention for us to escape evil. When this devil comes down with his troops, all right. When he besieges the land, he's gonna feed us. All right, we're gonna be taken care of. All right, and he's gonna ultimately give brothers that spiritual power, man. So there's nothing to fear. All right, there's nothing to fear at all. Okay, and some brothers will be martyrs, but guess what? The Lord will give you a strong spirit to take it. So again, there's nothing to fear at all. The Lord controls everything. All right. And this devil is losing, and he know he's losing. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, and the honor to my apostles, great millstone, and peace and salutation to the hopeful members of the elect. Shalom.